7 kind of people who are in the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nahmaduhu nusalli ala rasulihil kareem amma ba'd. This is narrated by Abu Huraira. 7 kind of people, they will be in the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when there will be no other shade except the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. First and foremost, the person who do the justice, who is the representative. It can be representative of the state, country, any kind of authority he has been given, and he is doing the justice. Imamun adilun, the person who is the imam, who is the representative, and he is doing the adilun, he is doing the justice. Then the second kind of person is one who spent his youth in the way of Allah, spending in the ibadat. وَشَعْبٌ نَشَى فِي إِبَادَةِ اللَّهِ. He spends life, he or she, doing the ibadah. Talking about the youth spending the life in worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَرَجُلٌ ذَكَرَ اللَّهُ فِي قَلَيْ فَقَعَدَتْ عَيْنَاهُ. Person who is remembering zakara, remembering zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when doing the zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because of that awe and the fear. And qalai is like they are alone, and they are faqadat aynahu, from their eyes they have tears. It's between Allah and that person, and he is alone, nobody is watching him, and he is or she is crying because of the fear of Allah, because of the zikr of Allah. And this is appreciated in Islam. When you cry in front of people, they feel sorry for you, and for time being they feel something and they say few things. But this kind of fear of Allah, when you have zikr of Allah and you have tears in your eyes, that is the most important thing. And next is warajulan qalbuhu mu'allaqun fil masjid, the person whose heart is attached to the masjid. This is like spending most of the time in masjid, whether doing 5 mandatory salah, doing volunteer work, doing the halaqah over there, and doing for the sake of Allah, and waiting for one salah after another. The next is warajulani tahabba fillahi. Person is loving each other for the sake of Allah. Many times we say, sister, I love you for the sake of Allah. And from the time I remember we were doing a Quran course, we tell to each other, many sisters, we didn't even meet each other. Virtually we met in the class, and we do online classes together. But Alhamdulillah, we love them for the sake of Allah. And this is the love that will take to Jannah. So loving each other for the sake of Allah, that is appreciated. If you are loving for the sake of dunyavi, worldly things, that is naqis, that is not appreciated. The kamil love, complete love, is the one who loves each other for the sake of Allah. وَرَجُلٌ تَعَدْهُ إِمْرَأَةٌ ذَاتُ مُنْصِبٍ وَجَمَالٍ إِلَى نَفْسِهَا. A woman is calling towards men because of beauty, and they are alone. She's inviting towards munkar or fahisha, indecent talk or indecent behavior. They are calling towards zina or any kind of recognized wrong. But that person is saying, Qala inni akhafullah, I fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why that person is rejecting that recognized wrong, even though he has the opportunity to do wrong, whether it can be zina, it can be any indecent talk, it can be, here literally it's not indecent talk, here it is the recognized wrong which leads towards zina. And in Islam it is forbidden. Out of wedlock, any kind of relationship is forbidden. only allowed is after nikah, after wedlock, after the marriage. So when you have such kind of things, always have fear of Allah, and you should openly tell them, Qala inni akhafullah, I fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and nobody will dare to come and do anything. We should avoid such kind of things. We should close such kind of avenues first and foremost. We should avoid those. If God forbid, if something happens, then you should say just like Yusuf alayhi salam, "Qala inni akhafullah." ورجل تصدق بصدقه صدقة فأخافها حتى لا تعلم. One person is doing sadaqah, but nobody knows about it. La ta'lam, no ilm about it. Shimaluhu ma sana'at yaminu. Nobody knows what the right hand is doing, sana into the left. So literally, it really, some people, they work on it. They get some money in their small wallet and they give money in the charity for the sake of Allah, and they don't even see how much money they are giving in the charity. This is like a hidden sadaqah. What happens if you give the sadaqah? Sadaqah will uh, lower the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sadaqah will remove the calamity. Sadaqah will give you more in your income. Sadaqah brings so many good to you. So here, hiding and giving it. So this also reminds me of, especially when we give to our near relatives, because they have first and foremost right. When we are giving to them, remember that don't tell anyone. If we tell to any other person and they go and inform them, they feel bad. Especially the people who are miskin, they don't want to, because they are not faqir. Faqir is one who is asking you, okay, I want this, and number of things. But the miskin, they never ask you, but you give them because you know they don't have anything, they have hand to mouth, and you are giving sadaqah. For example, you are giving something to your relatives, and by flip of tongue you tell to somebody, and that person go and tell that person, it feel very bad to them, and this nullify your sadaqah. We have learned this in Surah Al-Baqarah. If you are giving somebody and doing man and azab, like you are giving the reminders and you are hurting them, that will void, it will be invalid sadaqah for you. It will just becomes invalid. So we don't want to waste. We don't want to waste our sadaqah. These are the seven kind of people who will be under the shade of Allah when there will be no shade. So in order to qualify in that, any one quality one should adopt, and all the seven, that will be a good thing, inshallah. May Allah guide us all. Jazakallah khairan kasira. Do subscribe the channel. Channel name is ILM Quran for All Bayan. Bayan are in English and Urdu. And there is a playlist. The purpose of this channel to understand the Quran and propagate it and make things easy for the people.